Hi there, everyone. I'm Jonathan Strickland.
And I'm Ariel Kristen Kasten.
And we represent the Large Nerdron Collider.
The LNC! Yo!
That is not our hand signal.
It is now. Accept it.
Alright, so what the LNC is all about is taking two geeky subjects and then kind of colliding them at high speed to see what sort of subatomic geeky subjects fall out of it. But first we have to actually pick what our topics are. We're going to introduce some random number generation to determine our topics, which, of course, for any true geek means dice. So Ariel, if you would like to go first.
Of course I would like to go first. I'm a lady. On it for luck.
Okay. Let's see. Well, it's not Star Wars Episode 2. It is Continuum.
Okay, yeah. I like Continuum.
All right. Well, I have to pick mine.
Okay.
So for mine, I go a little more old school. I like 6-sided die, and I hate numbers under 12. So...
oddly specific.
If I total all that up, it looks like I have Sleepy Hollow. Well, that's great. I mean, I watched that show, so that'll be easy. And since you've watched Continuum...
Yeah, I have.
And I've watched Sleepy Hollow, I think we can actually do this episode and skip our normal next step, which would be research.
Well, I like to research.
Yeah? I like feeling the wind blow through my hair, but those days are over.
Alright, so Continuum is a show that takes place in the year 2077, or at least it starts there. It focuses on a woman named Kiara Cameron, who is a part of City Protective Services, which is a police organization. Now, as a part of this police force, she gets all these really cool gadgets, like cameras for eyes. She can look at a person and with facial recognition software, sort of compare it with criminal databases and recognize someone on the spot. So it's really hard to be a criminal in the world in the year 2077. However, there are criminals, and there's a group, a terrorist organization called Liberate. Liberate does not like that the corporations are running the world, and so they've devised a plan to be captured. So when they are being executed, she realizes that they're about to do something weird, and she goes to stop them, and they all get sucked into the past.
Yeah, and they were originally going to go maybe 5 or 6 years in the past, but it turns out they get pulled 65 years in the past. And if you do the math, and you start with 2077 and you subtract 65 years, you figure out that it's essentially set in present-day America and Canada from that point forward.
Because most science fiction is set in Canada.
Yeah, because that's where it's
nowadays.
cheap to shoot.
Yeah. Her technology still kind of works, but she's not really connected to the infrastructure of 2077. She doesn't really know how to use things like seatbelts or cars, and together, along with the local police, they kind of try to catch these criminals, the Liberate, in Canada in the year 2012.
All right. Well, and I got Sleepy Hollow, which is based off the Washington Irving story that was written in the early 19th century. Well, the television series is a little different. It's set in modern-day America. You see, Ichabod Crane in this world was actually around in 1781 and was an Oxford-educated British soldier who fought against the Americans, at least initially, in the American Revolution. But he ends up converting over to the American Revolutionary side and fights for them. He encounters a Hessian soldier.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Decapitates him, thus making him a headless soldier. And both the Headless Horseman and Ichabod end up going into kind of hibernation for 200 years. Ichabod wakes up in present-day America.
What?
And he has to figure out how to stop the Headless Horseman, who turns out to be one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Specifically, the Death Horseman.
The horseman's deaf?
No, he's deaf. Like, as in, you're gonna die.
That makes more sense.
Okay, so now you've got a story about a character who is completely unfamiliar with his surroundings, teaming up with a modern-day female police officer who, together, they're the only thing that stand between the Earth and the apocalypse. So I guess now we have to find out what happens when these two different things collide. What manner of witchcraft is this?
Do the accent.
What?
Do the accent, the British accent.
Core blimey, what manner of witchcraft might that be?
You studied at Oxford.
Heaven forfend, for what unbelievable and inexplicably complex task might that machine be intended?
It appears to be some sort of communication device. Communication device? Locate and incapacitate all hostiles within a 5-kilometer area.
This strange object both frightens and confuses me, and I fear the apocalypse is drawing nigh.
Communication device. Give me the location of the criminal Kagami.
We must not tarry, for soon the forces of darkness will be upon us.
I know, Crane. I'm trying to leverage our resources.
Well, I'll light some candles and read a book.
This is so frustrating. Nothing works in this century.
Nailed it again.
We did.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what would happen if Continuum and Sleepy Hollow met. In fact, I don't know that they would ever actually accomplish anything in that show.
It is pretty funny, though. Kind of like the Laurel and Hardy of modern day.
Yeah, because you've got a character who has no idea how anything works because everything is completely alien to him.
And a character where everything she sees is inexplicable to her because everything where she's from works so much better.
Right, so I guess that's probably why we haven't seen that concept. It would mean that, again, very little would ever actually happen. So anyone out there who is planning on some Sleepy Hollow Continuum fan fiction, just keep that in mind. Now, we're obviously just starting with Large Nerdron Collider, and we've got ourselves a huge list of geeky topics that we want to explore.
Yeah, but if you've always thought, I would really like to see genre A mixed with geeky thing B, please let us know.
For example, one major company has been scooping up all the properties everywhere. So when Mickey Mouse and Iron Man throw down, don't be surprised.
It's true facts.
All right, well, we will see you next time on Large Nerdron Collider.
See how I said that with you? LNC, yo.